Hey there, and welcome to another AdSkills tutorial. In this video, we're going to be talking about how to utilize Facebook ads standard events. If you've never watched an AdSkills video before, I just wanted to say welcome. My name is John Belcher. I'm a teacher here at AdSkills, and we're really excited to have you. So in this video, we're talking about Facebook standard events, and they are ways to send data to Facebook ads telling them when a particular action took place. So the reason that Facebook standard events are so helpful, they help you have better reporting. So they give you more detailed information to optimize your campaigns to. They can turn these standard events into conversions, so you can actually use them as a website conversion optimization point. And finally, they can dynamically pull in details like purchase price to be able to feed the information back to Facebook ads to maximize your ROAS, your return on ad spend, and your ROI, your return on your total investment. So they make a really big difference as far as reporting and optimizing your campaigns. So the types of standard events that are available, a few that we use most often. So view content, when someone's watching, when someone looks at a product page or a sales page, we will send this event. Second, purchase. So purchase completion. I'll show you in a little bit here. You can have a very simple purchase completion saying, yeah, a purchase took place, to something that's very advanced to this product was purchased, this was the price, this was the currency, etc. We also use leads. So whenever someone opts in on a thank you page, we will send a lead standard event. And then finally, complete registration. So we've got a profile that people complete with our business. We can send a complete registration event. So those are the types that are most commonly used. I will put a link down below to the types of Facebook standard events. There's a bunch in there, and we'll show you how to set them all up here in just a second. So what do you need in order to actually use them? Well, you have to have your Facebook pixel installed on your site. We always recommend using Google Tag Manager to deploy your events in your pixels. And then finally, the list of standard events, which is in the link below. So the process to go through and do this, you're going to grab your Facebook pixel, you're going to determine the event that you want to send, and then you're going to add your event code to your pixel. I'll show you how to do that here in just a second. Finally, you're going to create a trigger inside of Google Tag Manager. So let's say it's a page view. You want it to only fire on that specific page. If you send an event from all of your pages, you're not going to get any data. It's not going to be useful data because the events are built to be very specific things. So someone landing on a purchase page and pulling in the product information, someone landing on a specific thank you page, that's when you want to send events. Now, if you've got a question saying, well, what if I want to track something like link clicks or video consumption? That's something we talk about a lot. You'll want to use what are called custom events, which is in another video. I've put it in the card up here in the upper right-hand corner. So if you want to see how to use custom events, make sure to check out that video. Finally, once you've fired your event for the first time, you're going to view it inside of Facebook. I will tell you that it takes typically a couple hours for the event to show up for the first time. So don't go do it and feel like something didn't work because it didn't happen right now. Give it a couple hours. Make sure if it doesn't show up in the first 24 hours, come back and you can ask a question down below to see if you're doing something wrong. So let's head over to Facebook and I'll show you how to install your standard events. Okay, so I'm inside of my Facebook account and I've gone into the Events Manager. So the way you get here is you click on your tab and you look at your pixels. So this will bring you into the Events Manager tab. Now this is my example account. I don't actually have this pixel set up, but I'm going to show you exactly how I would go through and do this. So the first thing I would do is click Setup Pixel. We always recommend using the integration with Tag Manager. So we use Google Tag Manager, but I don't actually do it through the quick install. I do it on my own. So manual installation. So what you're going to do here, there's two parts to this. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to come into Google Tag Manager and we're going to create a new tag. So I'm going to call this JB Facebook Standard Event. And this would be a purchase and this would be a thank you page. Now, once again, this is just an example. So I'm going to go through and show you how I would do this. You need to do the specifics for your website. So the first thing you do is you're going to come in here to your tag configuration. You're going to click on Custom HTML. This is where we're going to come put our tag. So you'll come back to Facebook. This is your base pixel code right here. So you're going to copy this to your clipboard. You'll come back to Tag Manager. You're going to paste this in. Now what I'm going to recommend that you do is right after this, you come in here. You can see it says Page View. You want to add a couple lines. This is where your event code information is going to go. So we'll come back here. We're going to click Next on our little box. And it'll stay to install our event code. So once again, these are specific things that we want to fire. Our trigger cannot be all pages. We do not want that. So what we're going to do is come in here and look at our list of standard events. So we've got search, view content, add to cart, add to wish list, initiate checkout, add payment info, purchase, lead, and complete registration. So that's the list of standard events that exist inside of Facebook. So since most people are worried about making more sales, we'll do the purchase. And so what we've got here, I want you to pay attention here. You've got basic, recommended, and advanced. So basic, all the code here would be Facebook track purchase. So if I came back here, I would just put this in here, and this would fire on our purchase page, and we wouldn't get any other context about it. We just would know a purchase took place. So is it helpful? Kind of, but not really. So I'm going to go through, if we go back to basic, from basic and go to recommended, it's going to populate in here track purchase, so the value, so we can put in the exact amount if it's a product that's the same purchase price every time, and the currency. So I could come back here and paste this in. So one thing that's great here, so if you know that you have a set value on your product, let's say you've got a drop ship book that you know every single time is worth $7, you could come in here and have $7 and know that's going to be right. With a lot of businesses, however, that's not exactly the way that your business works. You have something dynamic. So what you'll need to do is work with your developer to come in here and pass dynamically the value of the cart that was purchased into your Facebook pixel. And so a lot of times this will look something like cart value, whatever that was for your particular group. You just need to work with your developer. This is something that happens on the back end that's passed in through your Facebook code. So make sure that you work with them on that. The other thing you can do, so that's the recommended. If you go to the advanced level, you can come in here and pull in your different product IDs, your product types, your value, and your currency. There's a whole bunch of things you can put in here. So once again, you'll probably need a developer to help you with this. But if you've got different product IDs inside of your cart, it can pull in each one of those product IDs. It can pull in the product type, the values, and then the currency. This is a really nice way to go through and get really detailed tracking information for all of your purchases. So if you have the ability, if you have a developer on your team to go through and do this, you can have it pull in dynamically. If not, you could build it to do, if you have a separate thank you page for every product, most people don't have that. So I would just recommend working with the developer to get this dynamically processed. They'll come in here, they're going to pull in something like product ID 1, whatever that looks like on your site. It will pull this information in, and that way you have your cart. You'll know the purchase happened. Here's all the product IDs that were purchased, and here's the total value of the cart. So really valuable pieces of information that can help you optimize your campaigns. So once again, you can come through here, look through all of these events to figure out what you want. From a view content perspective, this would go on the sales page or the product page. So you can see that someone viewed your product, then they added it to the cart, then they ended up purchasing. And that's kind of the way that this goes through as far as how you would add these. So what this brings us back to here is the triggering. You just want to make sure you're triggering on the right piece. So if I have an example, I would come back in here and say purchase page. Oops. And so if our purchase page, I would put this on page view, some page views. The page URL contains, we'll just make something up here, adskills.com/purchase complete. Something like that. If that's what our purchase page is, we would fire it there with our event tracking code. We would hit publish. We would go through, complete a test purchase, go back and look in Facebook 2 to 3 hours later and make sure that our event data is showing up inside of our account. The way you would do that is you would come back in here, you would go to pixels, and then you'll have your list of events that are showing up. It'll show in here the events that are actually happening, the top events. It'll also be down here so you can see all of the different pieces of information that are going on inside your account that have been received from the event perspective. What's cool about this with your events is you actually have the ability, you can see where it says view analytics. You can go into your Facebook analytics accounts and actually build funnels. So if you did something where it's view content, someone viewed this product, percentage of people who added it to the cart, and then a percentage of people who purchased, you can see the fall off between each of those. So it's really nice. We're fans. I think Facebook analytics is going to be great in the next couple years. It's still pretty rudimentary, but it's getting there. And I'm really excited to see what we're going to be able to do with this. If you found this tutorial helpful and would like more information about how to succeed with paid traffic, subscribe to our YouTube channel. You'll be notified every time we put out a new video. Second, text Daily Edge to 44222. We'll send you a link to our daily newsletter, which has more than 20,000 subscribers learning about the bleeding edge information in paid traffic. Thanks so much and have a great day.